Hey guys, I'm back with another video for 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After Season 4. I've been waiting for this episode to finally premiere. I'm only going to cover the episode 1. I'm not going to be covering the what now portion of it because I totally forgot about it and I didn't watch it. So I'm not going to go in any particular order, so I'm just going to kind of go through each couple. So the first couple I want to start off with is Chantal and Pedro. So Chantal and Pedro have been married for 2.5 years, so it's been that long. They do a little recap of like how the relationship has been going. It started off on a lie, and I think Pedro was supposed to be here for a student visa and all this stuff, and then they sprung on a wedding and them getting married. And then you have the infamous fight, which was a very epic fight and things of that nature. And now you have it that Pedro still has no relationship with the family, and he wants to move away from the family. So right now they live in Atlanta and he wants to move to Savannah. He just wants a fresh start. Chantal wants him to make amends with the family, and I understand that, like, because it's her family. She wants to still be in their lives and still being close to them. I hope this season they don't keep fighting, like back and forth fighting. I think that they're really, I don't know, good together, but they fight a lot, and I don't know, I've always been on Team Pedro because I do think that Chantal's family, even though it was based on a lie, and I understand that, Chantal's family has not been the most warmest, welcoming family, and accusing Pedro of this and that, and like, no one has time for that, and them being always against him, and Chantal barely standing up for him. It's always been him by himself, and I don't agree with violence, but like, I'm not surprised it got that way. Throughout the episode, Chantal, I feel like, is blaming him solely for what happened, when you know that, like, it wasn't just Pedro that started this whole argument and the fight and stuff. I think they blew up the whole thing when Chantal said she didn't want to have kids with him right now in the situation. Not that she didn't want to have kids with him ever. She's still in school and all this stuff, so like, there's no need for her to have a kid right now when she's focused on other things. But it's kind of a mess. I heard that TLC is gonna give them their own like spin-off show, which I don't know if I can handle that, because I can't handle Chantal's mom. The way she talks and just the way she like operates, I'm not here for it. But you know what? I'm just going to give it the benefit of the doubt right now. They're okay right now, but if they just argue every single episode, I'm not going to want to watch them. So that's it with Chantal and Pedro. So next I'm going to do Elizabeth and Andre, or Andre, how should you pronounce it? They've been together for a year, so it's been a minute. When you last saw them, Andre and Elizabeth's family were kind of clashing. She has, I think, 2 or 3 sisters who, I guess, was trying to feel out Andre to make sure that he was the right person for their sister, but it came off in a different way, and then Andre can be kind of controlling, so there was that aspects. Either way, they got married. And they are expecting. She's about 4 months pregnant, so she has a daughter, so I know it's a girl, but at this time they don't know the sex of the baby. Within that year, Andre studied, he got his work permit, and he's now, I guess, a truck driver. The only problem is he has been unable to find a job, which means that Elizabeth, who was and is currently working for her father, has to kind of take care of the brunt of the financial obligations, which it's kind of okay for now, but they're having a baby and they have other expenses that they need to think about. Because Elizabeth's father owns, I guess, a property management company, he owns a lot of property, and he has allowed Andre and Elizabeth to move into his house or his property for free, which is amazing for them. I can't stand Elizabeth sometimes, but she sees this as like, oh, this is great because this is what we need, and now we have space for the baby and blah 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 blah. But Andre's looking at this like, now I feel like he's gonna hold this over me. I'm going to feel like I can't get under your father's thumb. I think that's the saying for it. And it's something that, like, I definitely could see based on the type of person he is. He has a lot of pride and a lot of ego, that this is not something he's happy with, but unfortunately his back is against the wall, so he can't really do anything about this. So he has to like grin and bear it. The house is like amazing and really, really nice, and hopefully they'll be able to save that money not only to take care of their child, but save that money for them to have a foundation of their own so they can get their own stuff and like move into their own place. So I was really happy for that. The problems facing their relationship is that he does not want the family up in their business now because there's a baby involved and all this stuff, which Elizabeth told her sisters, and they're totally against this because they're saying they're trying to be supportive of her, like, as a family, but one of her sisters has already held over the house, over their heads, because she was saying something like, oh, well, we have to be involved, like, you're staying at, like, our family's property for free, type of thing. So that's gonna be a problem. I was never really fond of this couple, so I'm not that excited for them, but I'm just like, it's whatever. But I could definitely see Andre's temper causing problems within the relationship. So the next couple I'm going to talk about is Colt and Larissa. So they've been married for 4 months, so this has taken place like almost right after they got married. I don't know the timeline for when they got married, from when they filmed this versus now, but they totally hate each other now. So it leaves off where they have so many problems, but they decide to get married, and Colt has called the police on Larissa for, I guess, for her own safety, her own good. I don't understand what that means, unless like he's trying to say like she was suicidal or something. And Larissa gets arrested for some type of misdemeanor concerning a domestic battery, I believe. So it's a physical charge, so like you're kind of physically abusive. But Colt has claimed that he told the police nothing and that this was just done for her own safety. He didn't want her to get arrested, but then I'm like, why did you call the police? Did she need to be admitted to a hospital? I'm confused. So then I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So then Debbie's okay now? No, Debbie is not okay. Debbie still hates Larissa. And tell me why they got another cat. I don't care if it's Larissa's cat. They already have 3 cats in there. Why do they need another cat for? That was unnecessary. So Debbie still hates Larissa, and Debbie wasn't moving out or going anywhere. That whole last tell-all thing where she's gonna move out and do her own thing, like, that wasn't gonna happen because she wants to be there for Colt's safety. Okay, Debbie. They are still fighting constantly. I don't know how they can live in the same house with each other, the way that they bicker and argue all the time. Larissa goes and sees I guess a defense attorney, a criminal attorney. He was telling her options and what happened, and that Colt did talk to the cops and said things. So there was a valid reason for why the police arrested her. What else is happening? The part where she leaves and, well, sorry, let me talk about before then. They're on the table, they're having problems, and talking about, Larissa's asking Colt, like, what did you do with your ring? And he was just like, I put it down. And then I believe Debbie was like, what did you do with, like, your ring? And then Larissa was like, quiet, and Colt's like, yeah, what did you do with your ring? Well, to find out, Larissa threw the ring in the toilet and flushed it. She's dumb. Like, I don't understand why she did that. She's going to be mad temporarily, and then that's it, but you've lost your wedding ring forever. And Colt should never buy her another ring. Then they get into an argument, and she leaves and goes outside, and then she wants to talk to the producers, and the way she's talking is very cryptic, and makes it seem like she's scared for her life. I think she's kind of over-exaggerating it, because I don't see Colt being abusive to her or kicking her out and things of that nature, but they can't get along, and I don't think they're good for each other. So I'm ready for the tea, I'm ready for the drama, but you could already tell that, like, why did they get married? They're not good for each other, and the drama that they bring will kind of be like a highlight for the season. So let's go to the next couple. Russ and Paula. So they've been married for 5 years, and I believe they were an original couple when the show started. I am very tired of them, and I wasn't necessarily thrilled to see them. So I don't really pay attention to their storyline. Paula is pregnant. I think she's 5 months with a son. And the last time we recapped with her, her storyline was she had gotten pregnant a couple months before, and she had unfortunately had a miscarriage, and she had claimed that Russ wasn't there for her. Her grandmother had, I believe, passed away too, so she was experiencing a lot of loss at the time, and I think the emotions got the best of her, because I do think Russ was there. It's hard for Russ to understand what she feels, because he's not physically experiencing it, but that was kind of the big argument for their whole season when they were last on the show. So this time it seems a bit more joyous, because they are celebrating the pregnancy and the eventual birth of their child. So Russ tells Paula that his family wants to plan a baby shower, and Paula is not really for it, because I think when they were initially on the show, they had moved to Oklahoma, because that's where his family's from, and she did not feel welcomed by his family. And I can understand why, because the way they were acting, they're, I guess, very conservative, and she's not that way. It took a toll on their relationship for a little bit, because the family wasn't necessarily they weren't good at opening up their arms to her and embracing her. They were very closed off and judgmental. So that's why they ended up moving to Miami. They like it there, and she's never went back to visit for valid reasons. So Russ convinced her to go to Oklahoma and to see if they can mend fences and get along with the family, because they are welcoming a new child. So Paula has agreed to that, and we'll see how it is. I'm not too fond of them. So next we have Nicole and Azen. I love these people. Oh, I was looking at my notes. They are not yet married. They're not getting married. I love them because I don't know, they bring so much joy to my life. I am so grateful that Nicole has finally admitted that there is no salon. Like, there's no salon happening. That beauty shop, or whatever the hell she wants to call it, like, never existed. I want to know, where did that money go? But, like, that just didn't exist at all. That was a lie, and I could have told Nicole, her mom, her family, it's a lie. So Nicole did not, so the last time we saw Nicole, she was supposed to get married to Azen. She didn't get married. Found out the $6,000 she spent, she saved, went towards some kind of shop she's never seen, and she's probably seen some scrap pictures of that doesn't exist. She still lets May, I guess, refer to Azen as daddy, which is weird. It's so cute, and it's so nice to see May grown up. Well, she's not like a grown woman, but she's not 4 years old, so she's talking, and she looks so much older versus when we saw her before. Nicole has not given up on Azen. She's still in love with him. I don't know, he's the love of her life and all this stuff, very blah blah blah. When she came back from Morocco, she had nowhere to go. She had no money, and she had no job. She ended up living with her sister. And, like, that's nice and all, but you need to get your crap together. Her plan is to go back to Morocco. She applied for a visa, the K1 visa for Azen, and it got rejected. I feel like Azen's not telling her the real reason it got rejected, but she has, I guess, gotten past this. She's gotten past so much. She's, like, forgiven so much. I don't know what's wrong with her. Like, oh my god. I don't know why she feels like she has to be with him, or she wants to be with him, because he is not doing anything for her. He's providing companionship, but, like, not even physical companionship. Virtual companionship, which she can get that stuff in America. She's going to work to save her money to spend on this man, like, and I don't like how Azen doesn't see that. Like, you don't see this girl struggling, you can't just, like, you should be working and sending her money. But you know what? That's none of my business. So let's move on. And then last but not least, we have Ashley and Jay. So Ashley and Jay have been married for 3 months, so it's right after the last season of 90 Day Fiance. And once again, a couple that starts off with, like, hating each other. We last saw them, Ashley was very bitter and cold towards Jay at the towel hall because of the whole Tinder incident. He was speaking to a woman on Tinder. He claimed nothing happened, but, like, who knows. He claimed he tried to make friends. Whatever excuses he was using was garbage. And she hasn't gotten past it. And they're in the car, she brings it up, and he uses the term idle. He was just, you know, idling and stuff, which, as a Jamaican, I would just say, like, it just means, like, you know, he was kind of bored, he was doing nothing type of thing. He just decided to do it. There's way too much effort you have to put into creating your profile, uploading your pictures, writing a caption, and all that stuff to be, you know, I was just bored, so I just happened to start a dating profile and upload my pictures and then match with people and talk with them. No, he was doing too much. He needs to look about, I don't know, going to school or finding a job or, I don't know, doing something, because it seems like him being at home is making him cause trouble. Ashley seems like a very no-nonsense woman, and I feel like she should just kind of let Jay go now. Because there's no sense you driving in the car with me, I don't like what you said, and then I'm kicking you out and having you walk and stuff. It's just might as well just be like, here, let's end this process. It's time for you to find other accommodations or go back home type of thing. Because I'm not going to be in a house where you're angry, you're not want to talk to me and blah blah blah. I have to sit there and make up my face, and no, that's not happening with me. So they're very, very angry. She's bringing up the Tinder thing, and he's trying to get past it, but she's obviously not ready to do that. And he still wants to be with her, but he's using like dumb excuses to as to why she should just forgive him. Like, you know, it's not a big deal. I didn't meet with her. I was just talking to her. Like, that's not the point, Jay. And I hope like Ashley realizes that like Jay is 20 years old and he's doing 20-year-old things. You are a grown woman, so you act different. You can't expect for him to act 10 plus years his age. So like, you know what, it's whatever. I think aside from Paolo and Russ, we can say Nicole and Asin, Andre and Elizabeth, yeah, they're actually starting off on a good foot where they love each other, and the problems, I guess, will seep in later. Yet Chantal, Pedro, Colton, Larissa, and Ashley and Jay, from day one, they're in problems. So I'm excited to see what happens with this season. I know there's some couples that I'm not a big fan of, so I'll probably like pay less attention to them, but they have enough drama to make this season juicy. So that's it for my recap of 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After Season 4 Episode 1. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.
I'm just a dumb cunt, fucking sick and tired of it. Maybe I could front love, maybe I could buy a zip, maybe I get fucked up. Next time I could save some. Why it's gotta be like this? Why it's gotta be that way? Put it inside. Feel so rise up, banging on that loud.